They're putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds. Sending get-well-soon cars to hospice patients. They're putting... Whoop, I almost forgot my shit. Can you hold it still? I was really hoping I had it memorized. It's that no number shit. They're putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds. Get-well cards for hospice patients. They're building birdhouses for the homeless and putting wedding bands on gravestones. They're putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds and then keep asking why we're all still bleeding out. Thank you. Wow. Hi, my name's Sam. Thanks. Well, thank you. I'm gonna start with something. This is for you because you're a science teacher. As a former English teacher, this poem is a pain in the butt. So I'll ask you this question. This is a real question. Is water wet?
No.
Cool, because if water's wet, then we must break it down what that term truly means. See, to be wet is defined as coated in a viscous substance, but what if water is a substance? And what is it coating? How does water cover itself? At what depth is it considered to be fully coated? How do these molecules break down to an atomic level? And at what point is this no longer even water? See, I think about this a lot. The way that language, while being the only tool we have, can be so limiting, so tedious and fragile that the simplest concepts of wet or dry, light or dark, good or evil can be broken down to such a degree that these terms truly mean nothing. Then at what point do all the nuances become semantics? When does the concrete become fragile and brittle, falling apart in our hands? When is it enough to take every piece of this world away and say that at our core, we are only humans? A group of animals wandering around on a globe, all living, all fighting, all just trying to survive, to do what we believe is correct in a world so full of inconsistencies and dilemmas no more easily defined than by just asking if water is wet. And we are 73% water, then are we nothing more than a substance coating an otherwise dry world? Yeah, I like that. Yeah. This next poem is dedicated to every person who's ever tried to get a poem published. I used to send this out to literary magazines as a dare. I haven't performed in a while, so let's see how we do. This is published this poem. To the middle-aged balding man sitting alone in his basement. To those 10, 20-somethings sitting around a table drinking chai tea and matcha lattes. To that retired English professor who definitely had me as a student and probably wasn't a fan of any single thing I wrote. To whoever's out there reading this, publish this poem. Publish it, please. Like, I'm not trying to come across as pushy or desperate, unless like you're into that. I'm like, publish me harder, oh, darling. Because like this poem's so damn publishable. It's good for whatever kind of literary magazine, journal, or online content you're trying to develop. You want hyperbole? I got hyperboles for days. You want a metaphor? The poem is a metaphor. It's as simple as a simile. And if you publish me, we could teeter across the meter, tick-tock the clock of all of our content, and do all but alliterate to obliterate every single page. Hold up. I get it. You're not looking for that. You're trying to get something dark, edgy, kind of appeal to those My Chemical Romance generation. Yes. It's not hard to miss this. The hunger, the pangs beating against your chest as you knock yourself bloody. Art is the cross, the thing that we've nailed ourselves to. The pain so heavy till we can't seem to walk anymore. Hey, you hear that shit? That's publishable, dude. That's publishable. That's marketable. That's fresh. That has a cleanliness to it that leaves you feeling safe inside your comfort zone. You're so safe, you forget there's someone on the other side of the screen. Eyes tired from staring, hands heavy, body tense, praying, hoping, desperate that this may be the one that someday works. I sent it Two Key Customs when I went for publishing my first chapter, Self-Diagnosis, and they're like, yeah, we're going to put that in because it's hilarious. Well, I was very honored because I didn't think they would. I thought that would be what they, called me out on. Except for the hair. They didn't. Right. So I'm going to ask a question. What's the vibe? Do you only get sad? Like, how sad do you want to get? You want to go like, oh, that if it's where I want you want. I'll ask you that question.
I want to be like, come on.
Okay, so we're not going to do that. I got it. Shake the line, ask the question. If you don't want to know where we're going.
See, now I want to know the stuff. That's what it what cut your wrist. What cut your wrist? It's all right.
We'll come back to it. We'll ease you in. What thing? We'll do, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you something. My grandmother, is crazy. Like the nicest way. She does this thing where she waits for me and my wife to come over, and then she tells us the most dark, terrifying lore, and then tells my mom that she never said it. She tells my entire family that she doesn't she never said those things. And my family is convinced that we're crazy, and it wasn't until I got married and another person saw this. But all the stories she tells me are true. Like, she has people to back it up. So this is my ode to her. This is the ode to Glenn Lane. My grandmother and I like to talk. We talk about politics, history, everything else she could think of. My grandmother tells me she loves my poetry. Says she's so happy seeing me learn to express myself. She tells me about her life. My grandmother tells me that when she was in high school, she dated a man for several years only for him to secretly break it off and come out as gay to her in private. She once lied to a man on a date because he pulled his car off to the side of the road, got too close, and she didn't know what he was going to do next, so she faked a heart condition. My grandmother tells me things seem to have changed. She says kids these days are so strong. They're so smart. In her days, kids were meant to be seen, not heard. You don't cry because someone will give you something to cry about. She tells me that her mom was a working woman. It made her cold. Her mom told her she never wanted kids, so she was always afraid that she was going to be bothered. My grandmother tells me that when she became a mother, she tried her best. Tells me no one's perfect, but we do the best that we can with what we have, and we're also just doing our best. My grandmother tells me she loves her children. It doesn't matter how old they get. She always worries about them. My grandmother loves my poetry. Tells me how she used to paint when she had cancer the first time, or when she had cancer the second time. She tells me she wanted to start painting again when she got cancer the third time. My grandmother could tell you in vivid detail how my left leg fit in her hand when I was a baby, and that was the feeling of my left leg that got her through chemo. She can tell you the different ways that she learns to love her grandchildren and smile, how each of them can tell how they're really feeling. She could tell you how she loves each grandchild differently because we are all so different and need different kinds of love. My grandmother can show you how strong she is. My grandmother loves me. My grandmother loves my poetry, says that she wished she had that when she was younger. She says she wished we talked about mental health more when she was young. Tells me about these dark days she has when she feels like she needs to hide away in a closet from the world. She wishes there was a name for that back then. My grandmother tells me she's worried she has depression too after reading my poetry. She tells me about her friend who committed suicide recently. My grandmother, though, is strength. My grandmother is a painting. My grandmother was a force of nature, never meant to be tamed. She is a pride and a growth. She does the best she can with what she has. My grandmother loves to paint. My grandmother loves my poetry. My grandmother loves me. So I have been working with kids since I was a child, which sounds crazy, but is the truth. I was 14 when I started working with kids, and this film's a true story. This is the bad kid. I stood outside a cabin with a little girl, a mat of tangled blonde hair, desperately in need of a good brushing. 2 blue eyes that look like they could likely hold the universe if they wanted to. She tells me she's a bad kid. Her mom told her so. Her mom told her that from the moment she was born, she could only ever just be a bad kid because she was born bad. There's no point in her ever trying to be good, no point in trying to fit in. See, bad kids don't need friends, don't need to sit or listen, it doesn't matter. So she doesn't need to try to keep her hands to herself. Tells me she pushed her brother's head through a wall once. Tells me she bit a girl in her class and the teachers don't trust her to sit with anyone anymore. She sits at home listening to mommy and daddy fight in the other room. Tells me daddy's always working, so mommy's always upset. Tells me daddy doesn't care for mommy in the right ways anymore, so he doesn't touch her and make her feel good. So of course, what else was mommy gonna do except go out and find a real man? And there's nothing daddy could do to stop her. She tells me her parents don't live together anymore. Mommy says it's her fault. Mommy says they didn't start fighting till she was born, and she was born to be a bad kid.
Wow.
Tell me when I should stop. You do, because I'll ramp. Not very bad, actually. I don't like ending on a sad note. I don't think that's fun.
Don't know.
Yeah, well, we're not doing that. Oh man. Let's do something weird. I hadn't performed this book home in a jet, so let's see. I hate country music, but I have ADHD. This is important. You should know that. I have been in a constant fight with my brain for years. We've been playing Where's Waldo with ourselves, trying to find and uncover the pieces of our body, trying to figure out how to remember the important things, while also being constantly reminded that the red Solo cup is the best receptacle for barbecues, tailgates, fairs, and festivals. And you, sir, do not have a pair of testicles if you prefer drinking it in a lighthouse. That wasn't what I meant to say. See, what I meant to say is my brain is kind of this magnet, this maze, trying to hold some colored glass up to the light and try to find the reflections while also remembering the best Solo cup is cheap and disposable. And in 14 years, they are decomposable. And unlike my own, they are not foreclosable. Freddie Mac could kiss my ass. Woo! No one tried for that. They're not. That's not true about them. They are, in fact, not decomposable. Decomposable is not a word. Really? Actually, that's true. That's it. Foreclosable is not a word. What are we doing? I've been trying to figure this out for years. I can't seem to get the words right without trying to. Red Solo cup. I'll fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. This has been stuck in my head for 4 weeks straight. Thank you.